So the coverage of discovery is one of the things. The second thing is the false positives. So when you do EASM, it's a very hard problem because there are ephemeral IPs which are continuously changing on the cloud. How well can you discover those? Now, there's no perfect solution in the world today. Everybody is working towards that, but look for the false positives out there. There are suppose WAF IPs and CDN IPs. So those are not exactly your IPs. So how does the system discover those and appropriately tag those assets? So the coverage of asset discovery is one thing. The tagging of asset discovery by type is the second thing. The third is the false positive rate over there. And the fourth thing is also going to be the false negatives. What am I missing out? What are those assets which are out there but the system is not able to discover? So this is one part. The other part is how frequently is the system doing it? I mean, how many times does the database get refreshed? I mean, does it get refreshed every day?
Who's really working on it? But to go into that use case, I think the use case we had done for a very large client of mine, and what we had done was they wanted to get an assessment done, and we did it on both sides. One from a external attack surface management, where we compiled a list of external assets and approached it from the outside with the external attack surface management to identify the list of discovery. And the other one was from the bottom-up approach, using more of a security architecture. And based on that, we tried to converge and come up with a point. And we added the third angle to that. Some of those external assets, we even had some deep and dark web scans. And some of the results were so surprising. And one thing which I found as a part of my research was almost 90% of the transactions happen in the dark web, in which we are not even aware. And a lot of people, they are just scratching the surface when they think that everything happens in the clear web. Well, so much work happens in the dark web that we are not even aware. And that use case helped the client show what's going on.
Sales and business development, business partnerships here at Firecompass. I have the distinct honor today of hosting what I hope and I know will be a very informative and interactive panel with some very talented cybersecurity leaders. This session, just to let everybody know, has been organized by the CISO Platform. Topic for our discussion today: why is the Gartner Group talking about external attack surface management? A new acronym that we're all going to start to see. We don't have enough acronyms in our business, right? Our industry. So called EASM. So our panelists will give you some critical insights, common use cases, talk a little bit about some comparisons and contrasts with a lot of the different types of again, Gartner and industry, Forrester and industry acronyms that we see out there as it relates to the concept of attack surface recon and surface management, as well as exploitation and continuous testing, and talk a little bit of how it relates to the MITRE attack framework. This session today will be a precursor to the 13th annual CISO Platform Summit, which will take place next week on, I believe, June the 2nd and 3rd. So it's a little teaser in advance of the sessions that we'll all be a part of next week. We're going to touch upon understanding a little bit about this, especially in where we are in our crazy